Welcome back. Today we are talking about the Nintendo Switch OLED, and we are also talking about the Steam Deck because I think these are two of the most popular handhelds that are on the market in 2023, and I think they both deserve to be. How do you dive into a review of two different devices that look very the same but are very different? Well, the Steam Deck is a Linux-based x86 handheld, basically using a laptop processing unit, and the Switch OLED is basically an Android tablet running their own front end on a different set of architecture. So these two devices are very different in their own rights and are designed completely to do different things. So let's take a step back before we get into nitpicking each device and see why they were made in the first place. The Valve Steam Deck was created to basically take that Steam library you have and maybe not play all of the AAA titles, but play a lot of the games that you would normally play on your computer on the go, or maybe just upstairs on the couch because you don't want to sit at your desk all day. And that was the basic thought process to getting this Steam Deck up and going. And how do you take the keyboard and mouse idea and put it into a device that you take on the go? Which is why we see a bunch of trackpads and your joysticks have sensors in them so that they can sense when you're actually touching the device, and back buttons and all this other stuff, while the other console doesn't really have that much stuff, but it has different stuff. Now the Switch had a completely different demographic in mind. The Switch is made for people who were not computer gaming to begin with. They were maybe playing Pokemon games as they were growing up, and that's what they want to continue to do, which that will do.
In addition,
Nintendo really hasn't been known for any of its hardware, but they're going to try and offer a unique experience with the device, even though it's not the strongest. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, I think their market is people who already had a Steam account and want to take those games that they've already purchased on the go with them, which I think is what the Steam Deck was trying to do as well. Because if you want the best gaming performance on the go, you're going to bring a laptop. Or if you're that guy, put handles on your desktop and just bring that.
so now that we know that these consoles really aren't about high-end power, these are really made for bringing your library or a library that you wish to have on the go with you. So for the Steam Deck, we have a large console with no removable parts, two trackpads, two joysticks that are full-sized, a D-pad, plenty of your normal regular controller buttons, a touchscreen, and back buttons. That's it. This gives you options to run the Linux front end if you'd like to, but it's mainly set up to run the Linux version of Steam Big Picture mode. As for the Switch OLED, we get a very small console that comes with a tablet body, which only has a USB-C port on the bottom, power, and switches up at the top. And it comes with two small joysticks, which in my opinion are small for an adult, but perfect for a smaller person or like a kid, and all of the normal controller buttons. This also has a touchscreen and a flip-out hinge on the back. It also has some other stuff like an IR reader, and the Joy-Cons being detachable really makes a difference with adding different size controllers if you want it and making the console more to what you want versus a fixed size.
So how do we compare these two consoles after knowing what they're intended for and what their hardware is like? Well, it's tough because it's going to come down to the user and what that user is trying to achieve. The way I see it is, if you are looking for a handheld gaming device, I think these are both great options. It will come down to, do you have a Steam library? If yes, then you're going to already have built-in games going to this device. Now, if you have a Nintendo device, like an older Switch, and don't have any of the software from Steam, well, I think your game library lies there, and I think the Switch OLED would be a better option than the Steam Deck. But you have to factor in what you're going to be spending based on the device you're picking up. Because once you factor in how much you're going to pay, it's going to add up pretty quickly. Nintendo games do go on sale, but not very often. Steam games are plentiful, and they do go on sale very often. So this is kind of a double-edged sword, where Steam has a large platform of games that have been out for many, many years, and Nintendo has been moving through different devices over the years. We don't know if the next console will actually be backwards compatible, where the Steam Deck can actually play some of the Nintendo games. But that's a whole different story. So it will come down to what you're willing to pay for and what titles you're going to want to play. So if you're mainly a person who likes Nintendo IP games, those games we said before, Nintendo, Zelda, Pokemon, that kind of stuff, if you're into that scene, then a Switch is where you're gonna gravitate to. But if you already have a Steam collection, and maybe you just really want to play Dead Cells on the computer and on your device, then it's up to you. But I already know I purchased a bunch of games on Steam, and that's why I bought the deck, because I think it would be a good addition to a library I already have. Where the Nintendo Switch, once I beat those $60 or $70 games, I generally stop playing after a while. So it's going to be completely up to you. Another big thing that the Steam Deck doesn't do, that the Switch can do, the Steam Deck can, but the Switch doesn't, in a friendlier manner to the user, is multiplayer. Hooking up 4 different controllers and playing Smash on the Nintendo Switch is very easy. Doing that on the Steam Deck is possible, but a lot harder. So it's up to you. It really is going to depend on where you want to go with this and where you want to spend your money, because it's going to add up quickly if you have to buy title after title, and money don't grow on trees. Or money is made out of trees? I can't remember.
But what I can remember is how hard it is to decide where to spend your hard-earned cash on fun things like the Steam Deck or the Nintendo Switch. Hopefully this video helped you make a decision one way or the other.
If you liked this video, there's plenty of other videos like this on my channel, so give them a watch, because I'm here doing this all the time in my stupid basement. And if you ain't gonna pay me, I gotta go find somebody who is.